Unleashed. My name is Joe Curley. I won Best Teamo in Bologna. I was watching very late last night the set 2 in America. And we're now starting our Riftbound streams where we're going to be covering Unleashed. We're starting with Vi today. If you guys want coaching, check out the Metafy page. If you guys are playing in any like big set 3 regional qualifiers and are looking to chase a best of, I believe that I'm well positioned to help you with deck building. That's what I like to do. Obviously, won my best Teamo before and available to help you guys get some set 3 wins. We're going to basically be doing a stream on each of the new legends, starting with Vi. Vi is the legend which I won my pre-release with, like my creator pre-release. I went 2-0. I'm a big Arcane fanboy, so I thought that Vi was a really fun place to start, particularly because I've already played it already. So I have actually already built a deck. We're going to spend a bit of time looking at the best performing decks from China with Vi. And then we're going to build the deck from scratch. I sort of already know the direction it's going. And we're going to start testing. Testing. And then we should have a really nice deck by the end of it. So what does Vi do, first and foremost? Well, she is competing with Rek'Sai and Darius in terms of other legends for this ink color or color combination. Ink colors, Lorcana phrasing. Definitely not the two strongest, but definitely both quite good. And actually, I think if you look at Rek'Sai and Darius, they're two of like kind of the bigger underperforming legends comparative with their strength. Like they're actually both pretty good legend abilities, which maybe makes it sound as though there's something not quite right with red and yellow as a combo, but there's definitely big additions this set, particularly on the yellow side of things. So Vi is when you conquer, if you assign 3 or more excess damage, you may exhaust me to ready a unit. So you can only use it once a turn. 3 or more excess damage is quite a bit, but if you can get ganking into the equation as well, right? You go in, you gank, like you ready, you gank over, could be very powerful, I think. Vi Champion is obviously like another thing to think about. There's 3 options. There's the OG, the Vi Destructive, which could be good enough as a chosen champion. This deck, this card was actually a 3 of in the Jinx deck, which finished like top 20 this past weekend. So it's definitely a real card. We know that like Vi Ride the Wind in particular is very strong. Probably not going to be chosen champion territory, right? If you play Red Seal, maybe you could get away with it. There is also this new yellow Vi, which unfortunately I think is quite bad. It has ambush, and when I attack, stun an enemy unit here. Ambush is kind of better as a defensive play, whereas this card wants to attack. Bit of a weird card, to be honest. I think it's quite weak. This is going to be the chosen champion. This card is absolutely exceptional, particularly good as a chosen champion, because it's that 4 cost with no power cost when you play it with deflect, 3 might, but you can spend 2 energy and 1 red power to double my might this turn. This can have exponential growth. It's going to be very possible to get this Vi at 500, 1000 might. And I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. It's actually going to be quite doable. You could build an all-in deck where it gets really, really out of hand. But actually a big part of our strategy might just be to do that. It might just be to make this Vi very, very big. Ready it with the Vi Legend, then gank over somehow as well. So ganking is going to be something we're definitely going to be taking a serious look at. But this is a great chosen champion. You can play it early and it can win you the game. Now, the other thing to think about when you're looking, especially with Unleashed, the signature spells, the signature gear, actually, as it turns out to be in this deck, kind of the theme of Unleashed as a set is that the legend abilities are pretty weak, but the signature spells are absolutely cracked. Now, I think Vi is a little bit of an exception to that rule because I think that the signature gear is really good, but I actually think the legend's quite good. I think it's one of the better legend abilities in this set. I don't think it's a brilliant legend, but overall I would say Unleashed has the weakest legend abilities and by far the best signature cards. Hextech Gauntlets is basically BF Sword, but arguably slightly better. Now, what's really interesting is that you can play this and BF Sword, right? You can play both. Like, if you think about all these other decks, you can only play 3 copies of BF Sword, and often they do. Well, this deck basically kind of gets to play 6 of them if you so desire. With Hextech Gauntlets, it costs 3 to play. You get +3 might. The equip actually costs 3 energy and 1 power. However, the ability's energy cost is reduced by the might of the unit you choose. So if you choose something which starts at 3 might or more, the Hextech Gauntlets is just costing a power to equip. And when you conquer, if you assign 3 or more excess damage, draw 1. Again, you start looking at that ganking I've been talking about. You move in, you deal 3 excess damage, you draw 1, off the Hextech Gauntlets, you ready the unit with the Vi Legend, and you gank over Okay, you don't get to ready that card again, but you will get to draw again with the Hex Deck Gauntlets. So this is going to be an absolute must-of 3-of card in this deck. Very, very strong. But now, what are the rest of the kind of cards looking? I think like BF Sword is definitely a card we're probably going to be interested in. It certainly is big, right? I mean, if you compare these cards, the Hex Deck Gauntlets cost 1 less. We know how popular BF Sword is as a competitive card. It's seeing a ton of play, right? Well, this is +3 might for 4. This is +3 and potentially draw a card. So this card is like extremely, extremely good and shouldn't be underestimated. I'm not sure that we necessarily play 3. I think probably at least 2 BF Swords. But who knows? Maybe we go for it. I mean, I also want to draw your attention to the Longsword. It's another card I've been eyeing up a little bit in this deck because we're looking to deal excess damage, right? If our opponent plays some sort of like combat trait, like a Discipline, being able to respond with a quick draw Longsword, kind of replacing like the spinning axe of Draven, right? Which we of course don't have access to. But if this is this +2 is gonna allow us to get that excess damage, it's going to allow us to ready our unit. It's also quite possibly going to allow us to draw. Could be a really big deal. So we're definitely going to be interested in more combat tricks, which can boost up our units. Cards like Cleave, of course, and things like that. Let's take a quick look at the best performing Vi decks. And thanks to the channel sponsor, Card Market, it is the biggest online marketplace for trading card games in Europe. Again, I really enjoyed watching the event last night. It finished very late. This Rengar won the whole thing. Actually, the guy that got to the finals and lost to Priz in a very close one, I actually played against last week in Lille, my round 3. I lost 2-1 to him, which makes me feel somehow worse. It was a tough weekend of matches. I queued the guy that finished second this event. I played the best of Darius, and I played the guy that top 8'd Bologna in 6 rounds. It was unfortunate, but there we are. I think my 2-1 looks pretty good against Coco, who finished second. I played really well. Unfortunately, missed a key combo, but we're not here to talk about that. So if we look at, this is actually the best performing Vi deck so far out of China that I've got access to. This was a couple of weeks back now. Immediately you can see ganking in the form of Gem Jammer. I can tell you for sure we're going to be playing Gem Jammer. Like, I can just very safely put 3 copies of Gem Jammer in. I mean, it's actually the card I revealed, and I've been a big believer in this card ever since I revealed it. And interestingly, in the Draven list that made it all the way to the finals yesterday, there was 3 copies of Gem Jammer. Brilliant card, gives you nice early curve, and ganking is just going to be really good. So I talked a lot about how ganking is something I'm really interested in. Let's actually take a quick look at how else we can get ganking, because there is a few ways. Well, obviously you've got ganking cards, but the other card which gives ganking is going to be this Vault Breaker, which does fittingly have Vi on it. It's an action speed, assault 2, and ganking this turn. I do think this one is going to be pretty strong, but that red power cost immediately catches the eye. The other thing, though, to look at already, right, like we've got the Hex Deck Gauntlets, which cost a power. The BF Sword is going to be a yellow power, which wouldn't really lend itself very well to a red seal. But if you look at like the Jin, for example, the new Jin card, I think, has a lot of synergy with Vi. I have been on the record, like, I don't think this is necessarily a great chosen champion, but I do think it's a really good red card. Why is it good with Vi? Well, Vi is readying cards that deal excess damage. So if you deal 3 excess damage, you can ready the Jin, you can move it again, and you get an extra energy and power. And you can use those powers to equip things like the BF Sword, for example, etc. So I'm very interested in Jin, who also has ganking himself, which is, again, good synergy, right? If you don't have ganking, you're not giving everything ganking, just the unit having ganking itself is also good. Of course, this Vi has ganking, also a red power cost. Not sure that Vi works that well in this deck. She works very well with purple, with Ride the Wind, when you've got cards like Stack Deck as well that just fill up the discard very, very easily. This Pike is another one that's really caught my eye, though, for ganking. It's also a red power cost kind of card. You can hide it, but when you may pay a power as an additional cost to play me. When you play me, if you pay the additional cost, ready me and give me +2 might this turn. Really, really flexible card. Big fan of the Pike, which, of course, like I said, has ganking. There's also like this Rengar card, which is pretty interesting, but there's definitely some other ways to give ganking, which we can take a look at. But this one's got the Gem Jammer. It's also on Inferno as a 2-drop, which I don't think we're going to be that interested in. But the other 2 cards, I think, could be really, really key for this deck. The Carrion Dredger is just a new 2-drop, which I like the look of generally. It's not synergizing particularly well with Vi, but what it does is when it dies, it gives you a 1 might token, which I think is like extremely powerful actually, to have a unit which replaces itself sort of when it dies, right? Basically, like you're 2-for-1ing with this. It's only a 1 might guy, but when it dies, you get another unit, which is really strong in a Riftbound deck that if you can't go, like going wide is just a good way of scoring cheap points. So I do like the look of this card as a 2-drop. But then the Unsung Hero, I think, is going to be more than an unsung hero in this deck. I think it is just going to be a sung hero, which is kind of a terrible phrase. But the Unsung Hero is really fascinating in this deck. It's a 2-drop with Death now. If I was Mighty, draw 2. This card got a lot of support this set. Now, when you immediately look at the Unsung Hero, you look at the BF Sword, you look at the Hex Deck Gauntlets, right? There's a lot of synergy there already. Admittedly, the Hex Deck Gauntlets equipped to this, you are still going to have to pay a energy. So you're kind of paying the same amount you would for a BF Sword at that point. But like Hex Deck Gauntlets, BF Sword plus Unsung Hero is just really smoothly putting it to 5 might. Then it's going to die and draw you 2 cards, which is really interesting. Now, the other thing that you can do with Unsung Hero, of course, is you can Hidden Blade, you can Death Grip. There's also this new card, Sacrifice. As an additional cost to play this, kill a friendly mighty unit, draw 2 and channel 1 exhausted. And there's also this new yellow card, Shadow's Call, which I'm really fascinated by. Choose a friendly unit without temporary, give it temporary and draw 2. I think this card is absolutely popping off. Like yellow got Sacrifice and Shadow's Call for yellow is really, really interesting card draw, which it didn't have access to previously. And they're definitely cards we're going to be experimenting with today. So I think like Unsung Hero, Gem Jammer are quite locked in as 2-drops. Obviously then you've got like Palti Poro. I think we're going to be playing the Carrion Dredger. I think it's just like a card that I'm very interested in testing. And I think it just looks really solid. Maybe only 2 of those and 3 of the others, I would say, something like this. But already we're like starting to like flesh this deck out quite a bit. Here's another deck, 17th out of 128 players. This one is just a week or so old. It's also on the Dredger. It's on the Gem Jumper, but not playing the Unsung Hero. This one is on Noxian Drummer. It's got the Jin, 3 copies of that. It's got 2 Kaisers. Going to be hard to argue with that. This Rengar card, let's take a look at this red Rengar, because I'm not super familiar with this one. I do believe it has ganking, which makes it interesting. Has Accelerate, Assault 2, Deflect, and ganking. Yeah, it's definitely not bad. I think I prefer the look of the Jin, I will say. The Jin and the Kaiser, probably in this slot. They're also playing 3 Ash. Ash was really good in my pre-release, I've got to say. When you play me, choose an opponent, they reveal their hand. Choose a card revealed this way and banish it when they hold, return that to the hand. It is like a Mind Splitter, right? It's like a cheaper Mind Splitter. If your opponent never holds, it's kind of just a better Mind Splitter, like costing 2 less. Really good card. Obviously, you've got Bryn, Forerunner, and then you've got cards like Against the Odds. Give a friendly unit at a battlefield +2 this turn for each enemy unit here. Sounds really good with the Vi Legend ability. And then you've got cards like Falling Star, Hidden Blade. So this one's not using the Unsung Hero. It doesn't have the BF Sword either. And then finally, 22nd. Was this maybe the same event? It was not, but looks like it was like the same weekend. This one, 22nd out of 128 players. This one is on Unsung Hero. It is on the Hex Deck and the BF Sword. It's on Jin. It's actually on Fiora. It's on Kaiser and Darius, but you've got the Shadow's Call. You've also got another really fascinating new yellow card, Tactical Retreat, which I really like the look of. It is a 2-cost. It's kind of comparable to Flash. Choose a friendly unit. The next time it would die this turn, heal it, exhaust it, and recall it. I think this card might be absolutely cracked. If you compare it to Flash, which we know is a really strong card, Tactical Retreat is much better when you're only looking to retreat 1 unit, because the card still deals combat damage, right? So if you've got like a 9 might guy with a BF Sword and stuff equipped, you Tactical Retreat, you deal the damage, maybe you draw off the Hex Tech Gauntlets, and then you move that card back to base, but it still does all that damage. It sounds really, really high potential. So those are the decks that have performed well. We can start to kind of like flesh out this deck, but what we're going to have to realize is we're now in set 3, The amount of viable cards is going to be ever increasing. It's going to be difficult to optimize these lists, but I think we've got a nice start. I'm not sure on the BF sword that we actually care that much about it. I think like we'll play at least one. I'm pretty sure we're going to want Kaiser, right? Kaiser's just going to be a good option to have. It's a good draw. Can't really go wrong. I also do want to test the Jin. I think Jin seems like he makes a lot of sense in this deck because adding that energy, adding that power when he moves, the ganking, it all kind of just sounds pretty good. I've got to say, it's hard for me to look past Darius as a card as well. I just think he's exceptional. I really, really do. I want to test the Shadows Call. I think this one's got a huge amount of potential. Probably 2 is about the right amount. Maybe like 1 Hidden Blade at least, right? Like probably we're at the point in Riftbound where like one-offs and stuff like this just starts to make an awful lot more sense. I like the look of the Pike. Did any of these decks actually play the Pike? I don't think they did. I don't think any of them went for the Pike, which is interesting. I like the look of, again, like Against the Odds. Seems really solid in this deck. I mean, we were not to play like 1 Cleave. Like all these one-offs is looking a bit wonky, but I would actually imagine this is a really good way to build decks in Riftbound. I think Tactical Retreat looks absolutely cracked. Especially if we end up playing multiple BF swords. Maybe we just full send the triple BF sword. So we've got Darius, Jin, Vi, Kaiser, BF sword, Hextech. 1 Hidden Blade. We've got Unsung Hero there. Shadows Call, Gemma, Carol Against the Odds. We've still got like 9 slots left. I would like 1 Vault Breaker at least. I'm really interested in this card. If you end up playing like Red Seals, this card is easier to include more of, right? Not convinced I want the Fiora. When I'm mighty, I have Deflect, Ganking, and Shield. The ganking is definitely not bad. Darius kind of has his own ganking. We can also look at Sacrifice, Killer-friendly, Mighty Unit, Draw 2, and Channel 1. I'm not sure that I believe in Sacrifice as much as Shadows Call. If you compare Sacrifice and Shadows Call, right? Like the yellow cards in this format that draw are really interesting. Before it was Hidden Blade only, right? But if we compare Sacrifice, Killer a friendly Mighty Unit, Draw 2 and Channel 1, right? Whereas if you compare that to Tactical Retreat, choose a friendly unit, the next time it would die this turn, heal it, exhaust it, and recall it. I guess you could do Tactical... Wait, could you do Tactical Retreat and Sacrifice on the same guy? And could you do Tactical Retreat, Shadows Call? You could react with Tactical Retreat to the temporary trigger off Shadows Call. There's a lot of very interesting things you can do. So Tactical Retreat seems absolutely fantastic. Bye-bye, cat. You're distracting me. Sorry, fella. The Tactical Retreat sounds pretty absurd as a card. I'm really, really interested in that. Let's test the Sacrifice. I definitely like the look of the temporary card as well. What was this one called? Shadows Call. Like, really like the look of this. Let's play like a one-off Falling Star. Be rude not to, wouldn't it? Upstage Comedy, I don't mind the look of either. I think I'm down for that as a one-off. I played this in my pre-release. Basically, we've just got tons of one-offs, which isn't usually the way I go about building decks, but it's going to become more the way to build decks in Riftbound, the more cards that are released. Let's see if there's anything else that jumps out at us. Forerunner, right? I mean, it's going to be hard to argue with Forerunner. Probably we just want 3. Maybe we're a bit expensive on top end if we're not careful. Maybe we just go down to 2. Also like the Jin and the Kaiser. I think we can get away with it. So right now we are at 37 cards. Is there anything else that jumps out at us that we just really want to have every time? I don't particularly care for this. Death Grip, I think we're going to want, right? Maybe 2 Death Grips. I feel like the yellow like self-sacrifice stuff is really very spicy this set. I've got quite a lot of confidence in it being good. So we could add like a 3rd copy of one of these cards or include another one of maybe. Let's actually just add the 3rd Dredger and just try and be consistent. We can take a look at battlefields. So Rockfall Path, Sunken Temple, Trapping Grounds, Trapping Grounds is like the de facto Vi battlefield because it is synergizing with excess damage. So let's definitely go for that one. Sunken Temple, Mighty Draw, or like 5 or more units can't be played here. I was actually curious. Yeah, I also like the look of Arena's Greatest. It's just, you can't go wrong with that. We're going to be quite quick. And then the other one I was kind of interested in is like, could we go Vilemore's Lair? But maybe we just like, Forge of the Fluffed. Could be good. I wouldn't just mind like a, just testing some new battlefield though, right? Like, let's just put some, since we're testing mainly, let's just look to see if there's any other battlefields that really catch our eye. Forbidding Waste, when a unit here is defending alone, it has -2 might. Could be interesting, right, with the Vi. I guess the question is, how often are we defending alone, right? That's going to be the concern. Let's just go for like a Zorn Warrens, mate. Let's just go for something super generic and just feel out how the deck feels, right? So in terms of split, I think we've got quite a few more red rune costs than yellow. So we probably go like, I don't know, 9-3 maybe. It's BF Sword, I think, and Hidden Blade. I think that's it. I think let's go double sacrifice and maybe just back down to 2 dredges. All right, so this is going to be Vi starting deck. I think this deck might have some legs. So another card I was actually really interested in that none of these are playing, but a deck which was kind of the MVP of my pre-release. In fact, I'm definitely going to put it in as a one-of because it was so good. It's the, is it called like the Arena Kingpin or something? Yeah, the Arena Kingpin. This card felt so good in this deck. It is susceptible to Falling Star, which is a big downside, but I'm definitely going to play at least one. It was so, so impressive for me. I have a feeling that Kai'Sa might actually be cuttable in this one. I've always felt like Kai'Sa is a little bit overrated, which is not really a take that's aged very well. But this deck, like the yellow draw that we have available, seems to be extremely high. And it's going to be interesting to see how we get on now. I haven't played any set 3. It's going to be my first game of set 3. Look, I just play Teemo, guys. I need to stop being a one-trick, right? Preview Unleashed, Vi. But I'm excited to... Deck is not legal. I think you'll find it is, mate. We don't have a sideboard. But it's still 56 cards. I'm confused. Why is it not legal, mate? What have I done, chat? What have I done? Do we not have a chosen champion, maybe? Champion, 40 card deck. Nothing in the sideboard. Is that what it is? Do we just need to like put some jank on the sideboard? Because obviously we can just put more of the same on the sideboard, right? I just want to get into some games. Let's just put some absolute jank that we're never going to play on the sideboard for now. Because we're definitely too early in our experimentations to even start considering sideboarding. We just, like, we have a theory here on, like, some cards, and we want to get a feel for how the deck's actually going to play, right? Deck is not legal. Oh, that's because it's Unleashed. There we go. Now the deck's legal. Happy days. Preview, Unleashed. Bam. First game of the new format. I'm very excited. Outside of my sealed stuff I've been doing, of course. So I'm going to get rid of Arena's Greatest. Let's just try the new battlefield. We won the die roll. We'll go first. Let me check where the old camera should go. Probably about here, right? Seems good. Why is it? Can they see this? Yeah, okay. So, immediately, the hand looks good. Hextech Gauntlets and BF Sword seems maybe a little on the greedy side, but we could just keep it. Should we just keep it? Let's just keep it. Channel 2. We're going to open up with the Unsung Hero. If you guys are enjoying the stream on YouTube, please do give it a like. Chat, I haven't even said hello to you. Hello, people in the chat. You just got back from Atlanta. Did you have a good time? Hey, Dodane. Hey, Mage, great to see you. I'm about to play I am playing my first game of Spirit Forged. So, here's where things are already like a little bit awkward with this deck, right? It's like, we can't, when our opponent isn't going for combat, we can't get any value off of the legend. My gut feeling is the correct play here is just going to be the BF Sword, to be honest. Move in, equip. I mean, I say that, we've literally only got 4 red runes. So it's going to be the Hextech Gauntlets, which is basically the same. We're just going to have to pay 1 additional to equip. So it costs 3 to play. And then to group it, we're going to have to pay 1 energy and 1 power, because this is a 5. So I feel like we're already kind of in a weird spot, to be honest. But we go here. We're already learning. The Unsung Hero definitely looks strong. 5th Rek'Sai, that's a great effort. What happened with the judge call? The guy that I queued into my round 3 from last week got to the final, but he was a really lovely opponent to play against. So I already knew that my run in Lille was kind of very unfortunate in terms of strength of players. But my goodness, quite unbelievable. Yeah, unleashed, exactly. Misspoke there, I guess. So we've got a 5 mic Unsung Hero. We trigger this. It goes to the bottom. What the heck is that thing? When I win a combat, draw 1. Sure. And they also discipline it. So my thingy dies, but I draw 2 from Unsung Hero. Seems good. Not a bad start, that. I mean, it's not good. It's not ideal. But it could be worse, couldn't it? So this guy is chilling at 4. We can just go Kaiser Accelerate, equip the Hextech Gauntlets, ready, pop off, right? It doesn't have ganking, unfortunately. But, I mean, we just take this, right, for sure. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Kaiser. Accelerate. Red. You guys remember, like a second ago, I said that maybe Kaiser's unnecessary. I do also have to say I'm a big believer in seals in general. And with this amount of draw, so we go there, we draw for Kaiser, draw for Hextech Gauntlets, because it was 3 excess damage. And then we can also ready the Kaiser. Seems good to me. And we'll just move her back, right? Happy days. Look at that. Okay, Kaiser's popping off with this deck. But the red seal is already looking good. It was not 3 excess. Oops. It was not 3 excess. Totally forgot they're playing Yi. Never punished. Okay, you guys ready to see the power of the Gem Jammer? Because I am. The flipping Gem Jammer, bro. What a card. I love the Gem Jammer. A very good looking streamer revealed that one. Look at the amount of draw we've got. It's absolutely absurd. Now, I'm interested in Tactical Retreat, potentially. Holding that. I think I just pass here. Look at the amount of draw we've got, though. My goodness. Really impressive. I think we need some seals up in here. I had red seals in my initial build. I'm just a big seal guy, guys. I just love the seals. Sorry, Cat. I'm playing Riftbound right now, bro. Okay, we say fine. So I go up to 5. Camel's always a problem for lots of decks. They go to 4 next turn. I think we can just chill, like spend the turn just like building the base up, right? Like I don't think we're particularly bothered by this. I think we want to get Vi down probably. Maybe we could also just go for the Unsung Hero too this turn. Get Vi down. Probably just take like Unsung Hero. It's like, I'm definitely... It's not the most impressive from myself, but we're feeling out the deck. Like you can see that the deck's got something serious going for it here. The Kaiser felt really good, but the amount of draw potential you've got with this new yellow package is really impressive. So we get hit by Charm. That's going to get Vi cooked. Did they pay the power cost for that? Maybe they did. Yeah, they did. It was nice meeting you, Lil. Went 5 and 3. Good job, mate. Nice to see you, Lucas. Thanks for the kind words. So we can go to 6 this turn. They're also going to 6 next turn, but like they can't get to 8. So we do basically just have like another turn of setup. They have quite a lot of runes open. This is going to be a 9. I'm a little bit curious on what the best play is here. Like we could just bait out some removal from them, some combat tricks. Maybe we just like let them waste their energy more so. I think we want to like start with a little conquer. Go to 6. 5, 6, 7. They can't win next turn. I think we just set up a big base. Right? Like, I don't think the Forerunner's all that good unless we were to play the Forerunner here, perhaps, which we could do. 6. I think we're supposed to not play anything here unless it's like ganking go. Bro, please go away. Thank you. So let's just go Jin. I'm just going to send him to base. We could also just go BF Sword. Feels kind of like a waste, but whatever. I'm not sure this was the perfect gameplay on my part. I don't think any of this has been too perfect, but we're just vibing it for this one, feeling it out. And we're going to go straight back. What I always like to do is after I've like played a game is go back, analyze, feel what didn't quite feel right, what did feel right. And immediately like I feel like this deck just is gagging for some red seals. And I'm not sure how good the Forerunner really is in this kind of deck. I mean, it can't be bad, can it? But I'd rather play like Darius. Just aggressive. Conquer guys, right? So Kaiser gets charmed. Which I can't really do anything about because I'm a bit of a noob. The Ruin Runner is just an absolute thorn in the side for everyone. The flipping camel mate. They have 7 open and we have to double conquer. Does seem a little bit ambitious, to be honest with you, but we'll see what we can do. I think it's going to be double equip to Jin. So he is chilling at 4, 7, 10. And we conquer. We draw. We get a bird token with deflect. And we use Vi to ready the Djinn. Seems like a good start, that. We have 1 energy floating, 1 power. So if the 1 energy floating, 1 power, we just give it to Djinn. It gets defied, sure. That costs us nothing because Djinn paid for it already. This is going to be 9, which isn't really that easy to deal with. So I think we'll go BF sword. Equip to Djinn. He goes to 13. Seems reasonable. We can still tactical retreat him. I don't think what the best play is here. The death grip is obviously quite good. Could we go tactical retreat, death grip? I basically don't know the ruling on death grip and tactical retreat, but Mage Armor was here, so hopefully he's still around. Because it might just be Giga broken, right? Like we can tactical retreat. Next time it would die, heal it, exhaust it, recall instead. Bam. Still give the stats to this. Let's just like move him over and basically ready everyone and get a power back. They reveal top card of the deck. I didn't see what it was, but that's fine. 13 might guy. They go discipline. Fair enough. They go discipline again. Fair enough. So 7, 9, 14. I mean, sure, I can trade. 13 rather. So it's a trade, which means if it's a trade we win, we just move in. So they have to go on guard. So now they're at 15, guys. So we could go death grip. Give the 13 to this guy, for example. I don't know how the tactical retreat works, but we could like tactical retreat it. So this would be, and then death grip it. So it would move back and give this, I don't know how that works. Kill a unit. I guess because you don't kill it, but kill a unit to give plus might equal. Next time it would die, heal it, exhaust it, recall it instead. I don't know how the ruling is. If you kill it, don't get the plus. That would be my assumption. I think let's just go death grip. So go to 15 on this. Okay, also gets defied somehow. Kind of crazy. That's fine though, because we still have upstage comedy. We still have tactical retreat. There, guys, 15. We should be fine. We basically just need like one extra stat, right? So go 2. for this. Wait, one. I think we're one off. I mean, I think we're tying anyway, which means we probably win. So we go 1, 2, 4. Shadow's cool on this. Give a unit without temporary. Draw. This card's so cracked. Oh, cleave, GG. What an easy game. We go 2 for upstage comedy. Ready. We go 1 for cleave. We go 16, 15, GG. I mean, that deck seems kind of cracked. Early impression, guys. You have to say, that seemed quite flipping strong. Is it just me? Whew. I mean, we had a lot of draw. I think I want seals, guys. I really do. I'm not sure about the Forerunners. I really like Darius. I like the Jin. The Kaiser was good. The BF Sword was good. Falling Star can't be bad as a one-of. The Upstage Comedy was good. The Shadow's Call seems giga busted to me, actually. I'm not sure how good Sacrifice is comparatively. Like, this card seems so good. It's kind of just pay 2 to draw 2, right? You just give something temporary that's already going to die. My Kingpin. I mean, we could cut it. It just performed really well for me in my... it performed really, really well for me in my sealed. I played pre-Rift. And Arena Kingpin was by far and away the best card. But it's definitely not going to be as good in Constructed, right? I think we can get rid of it. Now that I'm wanting to add seals into the deck, the list becomes quite a bit tighter. I'm always a seal fanboy, to be honest. The one of Cleave, guys. Disgusting. I mean, Cleave might have just earned itself a second slot. I think I'm going to go down to 1 sacrifice. Maybe I get rid of against the odds. I think the Death Grip is a 3 of. I don't even know that I want Hidden Blade. I don't even know that I want Falling Star. Can't be bad. Like, obviously, like, sideboard is going to come into it here as well. This is not a real sideboard. This is just jank. So I guess, like, if we look at sideboard stuff, you're looking at, like, Falling Star. I'm sure Forerunner has some really good matchups. Square Up. I'm not a bit... It's an interesting shout, because we did have a lot of draw. I've got to say, I'm not a very big Square Up fan. But with the amount of draw that we had, like, instead of going down the route where I'm saying I want seals, because I kind of have enough cards in hand, which is a real luxury for yellow, right? I'm not a big fan of Square Up in general, but I can see the argument. The problem with this is that you have to pre-commit to it. I think I'd just rather play Cleave and seals, right? Rather than just have, like, some card. Jin card? Yeah, which means it's not a real card, because I don't think Jin's good. I'm not a big fan of that one. I think it's like an interesting shout though, but the Upstage Comedy I also feel like is so good. So I'm just going to be a bit more particular. Let's maybe go down to, like, the list is already feeling quite tight. If we go seals, we want the Forerunner on the sideboard. The first game of Vice seemed good. Really good.
Nice.
Think Smite? No, I don't think so. It's just a bad Hextech Ray, right? Like, I don't think this is worth 1 energy more than a Hextech Ray. Almost certainly not. I don't think it's a bad card though, but I mean, it's more so like, I think if ever Smite sees play, it's going to be a one-of in Kaiser that basically just says they want to play a 4th quite bad Hextech Ray. Like, I don't think But like maybe it's a one-off in like Kaiser where you have enough removal where you could like banish the Forerunner, for example, right? Yeah. If you could banish the Forerunner, there's definitely some use for it. But not for our deck. I think, again, like Kaiser, where you're already playing Hex Tech, right? It could work. I'm not convinced by Sacrifice, but I want it as a one-of. I like Vault Breaker as a one-of, especially if we're adding these red seals. I mean, you have to ask, like, are the red seals actually worth it that hard? We don't have that many red power costs. The other thing that's always worth doing is as soon as you're adding in a seal, is just looking at the red power cost cards, because these are the cards which are really easy to underestimate how good they are. Like, for example, I think Vault Breaker might actually just be cracked in this deck, like Giga cracked. But it's kind of like less appealing. I think Longsword might be nice as well. Like, if you're already playing a red seal, like these cards become a lot more appealing with these red costs. So only 2 cards over. I'm just going to get rid of Sacrifice, I think. And seal's better than Honeyfruit. I think so. Isn't Honeyfruit like? Is it even these colors? Isn't it green? Yeah, it's green. I don't really like dropping 2 drops. I'm a bit of a 2-drop believer. The thing that's like really good about the seal as well is like the Vi hot-headed, right? Like you kind of just want to be slamming her. I don't quite know what else to drop here. I think maybe Jin, because you've got Vi as like a 4-drop. I think 3 Jin is actually a lot. But let's send this. First game, we kind of didn't know what we were doing, but the deck just like carried us. It seemed to have some serious potential. Let's just check this actually got updated. No, it didn't. Good thing I checked. Here. Okay, I might actually just be dumb. Failed to 10. Okay, it's not me that's dumb. I mean, it probably is, but there we go. Yeah, I think Tridemir is too greedy. He's like this 7 might guy that can score extra points. He comes in non-accelerated, right? I think he's just going to be too slow. Ooh, Diana. Dirty Diana. Oh. We keep trying with the trapping grounds. There's a new battlefield. We rolled 11. They rolled 12. Maori Spire, the repeat one. That's Mulligan. Nice curve. Bing, bam, boom. We've got a seal. Let's get rid of the death grip and keep the rest, right? We are going second. The Vi unfortunately costs 4, not 3. So I think we just keep the Gem Jammer here as a early play. Double flipping seal, mate. I have to see if that still feels good. I think we have so much draw. The draw felt so good in these previous ones. I'm such a seal fanboy, mate. It's rare that you're going to catch me playing without them. Luna Boon seems bad. Really bad. But I guess it cost them 1. No, it cost them 2 because of Diana. Sure. So we could go accelerated Kaiser in here. Bam. We don't get to ready the Kaiser, unfortunately, which does mean that they're going to be somewhat vulnerable, which is not ideal. We would definitely like a way of just getting that like extra damage. We just go seal to play seal, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus the seal to accelerate Kaiser. Kaiser goes here. Pretty sure that's not the correct champion for this deck, but what do I know? We draw for Kaiser. We go in here, go to 2, we pass. So this game's feeling very different already, right? Like in terms of draw. Like the last game, we had so much, and I might have overestimated how much I actually have. Like the seals are already looking somewhat questionable, but we'll have to see. I'm definitely liking the look of Vault Breaker with the seals. So choose a battlefield you have units. You may move up to 1 enemy unit at that battlefield, then give enemy units -2 there that turn. Oh my god, we're getting cooked. This is 0 and this is 2. Damn. Brutal. Very, very brutal stuff. This card's just going to be really nice. I mean, this card is kind of like just a better cleave in this deck, right? If we're playing red seals. It's basically just a better cleave. So the problem for us here is we haven't got much to do, but we can, of course, play our lovely Vichamp. And we could also play Jam Jammer. I think we don't. We just chill. We keep the tactical retreat available. If they do press, Ezreal comes through. Discard Frigid Touch, draw 2. Lunaboon. They paid 3 for that because it was not in a combat. They hide a card. Hidden cards in blue and Thingamajigger. Boom purple could be Tide Turner. There's like quite a few new hidden cards like Evelyn as well. Now we've also got this tactical retreat card available, so that's something we should definitely consider. I think we're always going to be paying 4 for the BF sword here. Fortunately, it is a yellow power cost, which makes our seals look a little bit ridiculous. So our Vi goes now to 6. We will use the effect to double her might. So she goes to 12. And we could use the effect again and actually go to even more. And then we get Switcherooed. Let's just try luck. 12 seems like a lot. Let's consult the past. Fair enough. Pretty good card. Ravenbloom goes to 3. Existential Dread. Stun. If it's already stunned. So are we just getting flipping rebuked right now? Did they pay the deflect? Huh? What am I missing, chat? Seal. They used. Chaos Rune, Chaos Rune. No, they haven't. Right? I don't think I'm a mug. I mean, I am, but... Huh? Oh, the repeat. Yeah, I see. So the repeat is just 2. Damn, that card's broken. That's so busted. Interesting stuff. Yep, Ezreal goes there. We're definitely, like, you can see why I'm wanting to have a couple copies here of the Darius, or 3 copies of the Darius. Like something that can just come in ready immediately. Seems really, really valuable. We don't have access to any counter spells in this color combination because I'm not playing Fiora. Give Jam Jam a temporary to draw 2. Nothing with accelerate still is pretty painful. Do we want to equip the BF sword? Probably. So this goes to 5. Put up to 7, which is a combat trick I could have probably done a bit better, but let's just try our luck. This one just seems like a big, we got cooked. Yeah. But this guy was dead anyway, so is what it is. We go for this, and we go for this guy too. Game's not over just yet. We lacked a lot of draw in this game compared to the last because we missed the unsung hero. The seals do feel weird with the BF swords, to be honest with you, but we missed the Vi one, which is also draw, right? Vex cheerless. That's fine. It's not a big issue. This Shadows core is so good with the Dredger as well, my god. This card, I think, is absolutely cracked. So we hit the Hextech Gauntlets. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late, I fear. We are going to target Shadow's Call on the Dredger. So it has temporary. I don't know which of these is supposed to be temporary. I guess that. Draw 2. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's play this. Let's equip. We can't really afford to play this. So just equip. What does it start at? So it's a 10. I think we're cooked, but never mind. Unlicensed armory. Yeah, I could really see that actually. I could really see that because it would also allow us to like reevaluate. Like gear removal was already a lot. I mean, I guess the consideration we have to be worried about with this deck anyway is Thermobeam, right? So maybe the seals is just too much of an investment and too weak into Thermobeam. So here is the age-old question, right? Can we tactical retreat, death grip combo? Who flipping knows? Probably not, I would imagine. And you can we kind of saw the problem with Vi in this game. We never actually used the legend once, right? So that's not ideal. They have 8. And they go for like some rebuke stuff. Possession. Choose an enemy unit at a battlefield, take control of it, and recall it. Okay. Don't nope me, bro. Okay, sure. Cost 1 extra. Why did they just... Huh? Guys, am I losing my mind? Didn't they just... The repeat, sure. I mean, I don't think we can do it, but like for possession, they paid 7. Sure. Whatever. I mean, I'm not convinced. I think they had enough, but I feel like they only had one rune left. But yeah, good on them. So what I always like to do when I'm deck building, if you tactical recruit death figure unit, but you do not get an additional that makes sense. What I always like to do, my girlfriend Vanessa's here. Hello, Vanessa.
Hello.
What do I always like to do when I'm deck building? What's my method?
In between games, you just switch.
I just delete the deck and start again.
God, yeah.
Always. It's how I operate.
Oh, you don't delete it every time, but you delete it way too often.
Yeah. But so the thing is basically you like look and it's like, right, what was good about this deck? What worked? What didn't? Like what are like the best cards? So I can tell you like Gem Jammer, I really flipping like. I've got to say, I like a lot the Vault Breaker. Quite a bit. But I definitely, the signature gear, what's it called? I don't know. It's called like Piltover Enforcer or something. Bro. It just makes it sound like you're farting. People will just listen to that.
It's you farting.
Yeah, okay.
Wait.
Bro. It's a squishy toy, but it sounds a little bit suspect that. This card, Rek'Sai is interesting as well, to be honest. Because we're talking about like trying to give our guys accelerate. Like Rek'Sai sounds quite good. We were maybe lacking 3-drop unit. Like last time I opened Gem Jammer. I have a feeling Rek'Sai has been really high performing card. There's also Fiora that's sort of doing something similar. When a unit becomes mighty, you may pay a power to ready it. I think like some pseudo acceleration was kind of needed here because a lot of the time our opponent was ready. Yeah, the Hextech Gauntlets. Our opponent was like ready to be absolutely cooked, but we just couldn't really do anything that would help us. I think the Kaiser is going to be in the deck. Has accelerate, felt strong in combination with like the Gauntlets, for example. I think the Dredger's pretty good. Like I think I just like this card, and I think the Unsung Hero is really good. We didn't draw it this game. I'm not totally convinced. I think the BF Sword's good, but maybe it's not 3. Rengar has ganking and accelerate. Yeah, it's quite expensive though. I mean, if we're playing Red Seals though, right? Like a big part of the power cost of this is the a big part of the power cost of this is the red power, right? Rek'Sai I'm not totally sold on, but it's definitely something I'm interested in. Let's just try and like move it to the bench. 3 Red Seal, 3 Longsword, play 2-drop Via, has ganking. Yep, I like definitely the sound of Longsword too. I think the Jhin is really good as well. Like it's not accelerate, but it does feel good. I like Darius a lot. A lot. The Shadow's Core I think is excellent. Maybe 3 is too many. It might just be a 2 of. But I think this card's really strong. The Retreat also felt good, but maybe I had 1 too many. Maybe it's a 2 of, not a 3 of. We do need to like look into how this card works though. Yeah, I guess the red Jin's like not that good with the seals either. That's kind of interesting. This list I can't take too seriously because it has this as the Vi, which is just terrible. This one was on yellow seals. Oh, Death Grip's really good. I really like that card. I would say the Rek'Sai sounds quite reasonable as well, though, in general. Like, it's just a solid card, isn't it? There's a reason it's been so popular. And actually, the synergy of our legend, like being able to go Rek'Sai into accelerating the Vi sounds really strong. So are there any other like 3-cost units that really jump out to us that we would want to be playing? Fiora, maybe. Pike, I think is an interesting card. I think if we're not playing Red Seals, the Rek'Sai just looks really reasonable. It's just a solid curve. And if we wanted to go yellow seals, could we go down the Fiora route? Right, because yellow, like, you have to consider yellow seals, right? You can't use the yellow seals for these, but the Vi is kind of a finisher card, right? You're paying these power costs when you're winning the game. You probably don't need a red seal for that. So, like, what do we actually need red seal for currently? Well, only Kaiser, who is certainly, I don't think, an absolute must. Like, maybe we should honestly be looking at yellow seals and playing Fiora. When a unit you control becomes mighty, you may pay a yellow power to ready it. Well, this is just like guaranteed value on the Vi, right? Do we have Unsung Hero in here? Yeah. Undying Legion, I think, is a really bad card. If it's the card I'm thinking it is. I think it's really terrible. Yeah. It's a cool card. Basically, funnily enough, I've actually had a discussion about this card earlier on today with someone. It's probably best in a Jinx deck where you like discard it, but it's just bad. It's very understated and it's too expensive to play from the discard. Like, this card could only be good if you don't play it in the first place, but you discard it, right? You discard it from hand, put it into your discard, and then it does something later. But it's like 3 energy and a power. It's like, it can only really be ever good in a Jinx deck that actually wants to be low on cards in hand. But in a Jinx deck, you're probably just better off not trying to get legend ability value, right? Just play good stuff instead. So one thing that's always really difficult with decks is like, if you're interested in playing seals, you kind of have 3 different versions of decks in my mind. I think this is like how I kind of view Riftbound deck building. You've got a red seal version, a yellow seal version, and no seal version at all. And it's quite difficult to separate all of those things in your mind without recognizing that. So that's what we've got to think. So the first thing to do is what cards are always in the deck, regardless of what seals we play. And I would say this is a pretty good start. I would say that's a pretty good start. Definitely interested in your guys' other thoughts. Let's look at some of the lists that we put together. And you've got cards like Cleave as well that give like extra stats. The Kaiser seems like an obvious one. I gotta say, I like Upstage Comedy. I think it's a good card. I like Upstage Comedy. Tactical Retreat. A couple of copies of those. Vault Breaker, Cleave. What's Vayne doing? I think also what we should be doing is like really focusing on some of the Unleash cards, even just to test them a bit, right? I like Vault Breaker. Sacrifice is interesting as draw. I'm not really sure I like this card that much though. I think it's kind of meh. I don't know. Like, I think this card is good if you're playing seals, because you can just equip BF Sword to stuff, for example, and then sacrifice it. But if you're not playing seals, it feels really expensive. If you compare it to this card, for example, this card allows you to like make use of the might in a combat and then draw. I feel like this is a 3 of. I think this card's really busted. I'm not convinced by Sacrifice. I think Sacrifice is good though. But it's good with her signature. Makes sense to me. Lotus Trap's quite good. I do like the Pike. Again, if we're going red seals, I think it's quite interesting. More draw. The Jin's got to be good enough as a 2 of. The Rengar does interest me too. Accelerate, ganking. Bro, the Rengar might just be cracked. I think I want to keep the red seal build. So if we go back to... This for me is just like a good way of really analysing like some of our earlier decisions. Are they good? And I think they are. I think that maybe this deck just has a bit too much fluff that we currently have. Like we go down to 1 Upstage Comedy. I think the BF Sword needs to be reduced quite significantly. I think that I would like some more guys who are like, this card actually just seems really good. Accelerate ganking. Just sounds good, doesn't it? It just kind of sounds good. I also think Vault Breaker is better than Cleave with the seals. Like it's a 3 of. I really like Vault Breaker. It's really good with Jin. Like maybe we just go 3 Jin. The BF Sword I'm not so sure on if I'm playing red seals, right? Feels a bit off. Might just get rid of it entirely. Maybe just the longsword's better. Which I do think longsword is good. So let's go down to maybe 2 Darius, maybe 2 Jin, and maybe 2 Tactical Retreat, for example. Let's give this a spin. So I haven't really changed all that much. But it's just always, in my mind, helpful to... This is just how I like to build decks. I'm constantly just thinking and going back to like, right, what are we doing here? Let's analyze it after each game. What worked, what didn't work, how can we improve it? Are we actually on the right path here? And like in the end, I kind of decided, yeah, I think I'm on the right path. But there's a few things we could do differently within that. Orn. We roll 11, they roll a 7. Let's go first, please, Orn, mate. Interesting opening. You would imagine Shadow's cool, Vault Breaker are the cards to go, right? Oops, that's new. They fixed the mulligan. So, we hit Gem Jammer. Nice. I love Gem Jammer. Blue Seal and the guy. So the question is it the Vi Legend, which costs no power, or is it Jin? I think it's just getting Jin down, right? Like the Jin just seems good. So let's just go Jin for 4 and with a seal. And let's move the Gem Jammer in. I think we actually just go to Void Gate. Pass. Red Seal plus Jin is just pure value, bro. Can't be bad. I think we want to be leaving the Vi till a bit later, right? So I'm liking that we've got like Kai'Sa, Jin, Rengar. If we miss the seal, it's going to feel expensive, mind you. Aggro Orn, Stellarcorn comes in. So we go to 2. Hooray! And already, I'm liking the look of this. Because look, bam, Hextech Gauntlets, tap the seal, equip it. We've got a Jin who is chilling at 7. We move in. I don't really know the best way to like demonstrate that. I don't know if that's a good way. Probably not. Maybe we need like a counter. I mean, this just seems like an unbelievably good start. So much pressure. So we score. We ready it with Vi. We get a bird token. Bro, crazy. And we draw. And now we move him again. Now we have 4 and 2 power. Bro, are you mad? Let's play Rengar to base for no reason and no power cost. Pass. I mean, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. The Jin is insane. Oh my days. That is absolutely absurd. Love it. Rocket Barrage. Killer Gear. Fair enough. Seems like a good decision. The Hextech Gauntlets, bro. They drew me a card. Happy days. So they got 3 open. The plan is just going to be, I think... And look, the Shadow Call on the bird as well. Just pay 2, kill the bird, draw 2. It's not bad, is it? So, of course, ideally with Jin, we are going to overkill. I think it might be reasonable to just start off with Shadow Call, actually, on the bird. Just take that right out of the gate and see what we're working with. Bam! 3 for Hextech Gauntlets. Tap the seal, equip to Jin. He goes to 7. We go here. Pass. 7 to 3. And we also add an energy back because of him and a power. Crescent Strike. Choose a battlefield and an enemy unit there. Deal 4 to that unit. Sure. They think it's all over. Well, we could either Vault Breaker or Death Grip. But I think in this case, we just go for the long sword, and Jin paid for it. Oh, I guess he was -5 actually, right? Because of... Yeah, but he's still alive. So we do this. We draw for the Hextech Gauntlets. Vi readies him. He says no. He's wrong. 7 damage on him? Huh? Yeah, never mind. I forgive you. And then we gank him over. Go to 5. Get another. If we so desire. Which I mean, I guess we do. We just jammer. Let me pass. Crazy value, man. The Vi is just good aggro, right? Like, it's got to be an aggro deck. So the bird dies. We go to 6. We could move Jin over, but I think it's better to just put Jin back at the base. Let's just move in with a Jammer. Go to 7. Move Jin to base. Basically, we've got 10. 1, 2, 3 for Vi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a red power for Darius, who's ready technically, and pass. I mean, that's just a lot of guys. We could Death Grip the Jin. When I attack or defend, deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit here. I don't deal combat damage. Can move to base. Oh, we can't Death Grip the Jin because I only have 1 open. Oops. They score. So sad. Okay, the Plundering Poro also scores. I think we're going to be alright though. And they just pass. Which honestly, I can't help but respect. So let's go here. Pass. We've got Jin at 9. We get 1 extra energy. We've got 12 energy and a power additional to work with. I don't really understand what my opponent's doing, but never mind. They're thinking that's what they're doing. Fair enough. We could also try to make the biggest Vi possible right now. Missed opportunity. We could. How big do you reckon we can make Vi here? I think we could get her extremely big. Extremely big. This is where, like, he says question mark, but he's actually just like, okay, he's there still. Sorry, Inferno 314. Okay, so I get a bird. I draw 2. Okay, now we do this. Death Grip. Oh, also I could have already done, but never mind. Death Grip on him. On Vi. So she gets +9. So she's at 12. Then we spend a power. And the Jinn... Well, I didn't need to do that quite. I just spent one too many power. Because of Jinn, it's fine. Seal. I actually didn't need to do this. Oh no, Jinn didn't move, right? No, Jinn did move. So now Vi's chilling at 12. Wait, but I did it wrong. Sorry. I give them to him instead. Because then... Did we play a card yet? Yeah, we did. So he's at 7, 9, 7, 9, 12. So now we're going to Death Grip him. Oh, wait, no. Wait. No. We go 1, 2, 3. He says GG, but I'm not done. Goes 3. We equip. He goes to 15. Now we Death Grip him. He left, but I don't care. We Death Grip the Darius. So then Vi gets +15. So she goes to... $27. I'm not sure how worth it that was, honestly. And then Darius is gone. Then we go 1, so she's 29. 32. 34. There we go. 1, 2. Red power, double. So she goes to 68. There we go. Double. Red power. Double 68 is 136, right? 20, yeah, 136. I think I could have gone this bigger. I think I messed up. I should have done more doubling. And then one final double. 136 double is what? 272, I guess.
What the fuck?
Language. 172. GG easy. Well played, friend. It wasn't bad manners. It was like, chat wanted to see it. I wanted to see it. We learned something. Pike. I'm not sure that Pike is a real deck, to be honest with you. We roll a 2. This Ripper's Bay. Oh my god, this battlefield is so okay, they rolled a 1. Good job. Ripper's Bay is so broken with Teemo. You play Teemo Retreat, which I was already doing. So you retreat a card at Ripper's Bay, and you just pay an extra rune, and then you just pay 2 to channel 2 runes. Unbelievable. We're going first, so I think we keep the Rengar. We'll get rid of Tactical Retreat. Mulligan. Bam. Whoops. Okay, it looks like I can just start. Sure. And then it's there go. You go, buddy. Looks like I might have bugged. Buddy boy. Let's just go next. Respectfully. It's bugged. So I do think that our deck is going to struggle when we don't hit the seal early. Like we might be a bit too greedy. I rolled a 5. Vanessa, do you mind getting me the Pepsi from the fridge, please? When you've got a moment, but no rush. Thank you. We're winning the die rolls by 1. Let's go. Turn 1. I think we dropped the longsword and probably dropped the Rengar. I keep doing that. It's muscle memory from sets gone by. I gotta say, I like the Dredger a lot. A lot. I think it's very, very strong. Kaiser to base. Dredger to lair. Ordering was terrible here. But never mind. The Dredger's feeling particularly good with Shadow's Call. Vex is quite a scary deck, I reckon. So we get a bird. Seems good to me. Really good. I flipping like the Dredger. My goodness. So here's Shadow. Seems like a good card. Play me to a battlefield, enter ready. You can pay 1 and a power. Thanks so much. To stun. And they're going to hide a card, I suppose. They're going to charm. Oh, wow. Okay. Stun an enemy unit attacking here. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm seeing it. It's pretty impressive. But they had to recycle 2 to do this, so they are quite far behind on curve now. Kaiser can accelerate in, but then the fan just takes it out. I mean, it's probably still worth doing, right? Just get the fan gone. Let's go here. Oh, wait, I'm donut. She's not even big enough. Okay. I'm actually donut. That's fine. We just take this guy. I'm an idiot. This is total mug play. Is what it is. Shadow's Call. This card's brilliant. Just pay 2 to draw 2, kind of. Draw 2. Sure. Doesn't seem that good for them. Okay. So do we go double Jam Jammer here, or do we go for the Vi? I'm a little bit worried about another charm. When an opponent plays a unit, while I'm out of battlefield, stun it. Yeah, we definitely want to get the Vi down, right? Game's looking fun though. I'm enjoying it. Triple gem jammer is not ideal. If we're honest. It's not ideal. So the bird dies. Bye bye bird. When an opponent plays a unit while I'm at a battlefield, stun it. It doesn't deal combat damage this turn. So anything we play here gets giga stunned immediately. I mean, we just go Vi. Pay 2. Double. Goes to 6. Pay 2. Double. Goes to 12. I think that's probably where we stop, to be honest. Let me just send it in. See what happens. Like, most likely it's just going to be like a stun or something like this, right? Yeah. It gets stunned. Fair enough. Whoops. So it'll also just play this guy. And pass. It's very interesting. The stuns seem very gross. I really like Vi, mate. I like the Chosen Champion a lot. So Naomi, when you're playing me, if you've been this real stun enemy unit, when I hold, sure. So we should probably just send the Darius into the Overzealous fan, because this can ready again. So let's just start like that. Okay, so we go like Gem Jammer here. When you play me, if you paid the additional cost, when I hold the next time. Okay, so it's going to be Gem Jammer here on Darius. Then the next card we play is going to awaken him. Oh, I could have done the Piltover Enforcer already. Probably was just a mistake not to do so. Think it didn't really make much sense. I guess it doesn't matter that much though, but I think it doesn't matter. Let's just ready him now, whatever. Give them both ganking. So this is at 7. Let's bump her up to 6. Wait, should we do that? Let's just send the 7 in. Because then we death grip and then double her afterwards. Discipline on Nami. Okay. So, how much do I care? Do I death grip? Definitely goes through. They go to 9. I mean, the death grip's still fine for us, right? So we draw. She goes up to 10. And then we tap the seal. Goes to 20. Crazy, bro. What on earth? That's broken. Did they pay the costs? How does playing digital for this TCG work? It's just like basically all. That's crazy, man. The stuns are gross. It's basically like just semi-automated, where like the runes are channeled, you draw for turn, you just have a little chat box. It's really smooth. We just cooked. Did we just die? Fair enough. We're not very good. We just go again. First time playing against Vex, like I'm learning. That's a lot of stuns. You can, like, the key thing here, which is exciting and cool, is our deck can do a lot of really strong stuff. Like, this Vi is no joke, man. It really is no joke. I like it a lot. Like, this deck, I think, like, the Legend is, like, decent. I think the signature gear is really good, and I think the Chosen Champion is absolutely popping off. I really like it a lot. Kind of like the look of like just Gem Jammer, maybe keeping Shadows cool. Like on the Dredger, it's kind of good, but maybe we just get rid. Not sure on that. Hey, Hip Twisted, and he's not easy to play. I mean, it's a hard game, Riftbound. It is not an easy game. Excuse me. Maybe we're missing the BF sword a little bit, I would say, at the moment. Oh, no, we're not. Hello. Let's go here. Go to 1. Just play Vi at base. Back to Victor for you. That's one, mate. If you guys are watching on YouTube and enjoying the stream, please do give the stream a like. And if you guys are here on Twitch, thanks. Like, if you guys are enjoying the stream, I really appreciate it. Like, I'm basically looking to start streaming a lot of Riftbound again. Or I say again, I've never really streamed much. Before I was like focused on competing, so I was like playing a lot off stream. But this set 3 is not like set 2 was basically my I'm competing set. Set 3 is my I'm making content set. I am not competing in set 3 unless I go to America, because I'm at a wedding for the regional in Utrecht. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there. So I want to compete, like, and do some online stuff and like some things like this. But I'm basically trying to like focus more on the content and casting side for set 3. Set 2 was my I'm competing. I'm going to get really flipping good at this game because I kind of needed to. But like I really was like a one deck specialist, and set 3 is my I really want to like build a ton of decks. And yeah, what do you think of the top? I haven't played enough to know, to be honest. I haven't played enough to know. I'm very clued in with like what the meta was looking like towards the end of set 2 though, which I think is like a big part of understanding what decks are good, right? So Fiora's going to be at 6. Punch first is obviously quite a big threat. I mean, this tactical retreat card is going to pop off. Let's just go ahead and go Hextech Gauntlets. Let's go for a seal. Let's tap the seal, equip. So Vi is now chilling at 6. Fiora's going to be 6. I think we send it to 12. Double. And we've got this tactical retreat play. Choose a friendly unit the next time it would die this turn. Heal it, exhaust it, and recall it instead. So we might just... Wow, they just sacrifice. That's interesting. So for us, we didn't even deal excess damage, right? Or do we? I guess we don't. Even it was a combat showdown, but there's no units. Do you play deflect cost? No. Deflect is only when opponents target. It says it specifically on the card there. Opponents must pay power to choose me. I think this card's quite insane, actually. With the tactical retreat as well. I'm really enjoying it, I've got to say. I'm really flipping enjoying it. I'm quite impressed. Like, just having this as a guaranteed curve, it's quite sick. So sets in at 8. We're just going to go tactical retreat. So this is a 6. Are we going to get riposted? I guess we're getting riposted. GG. Let's just go next. We got cooked. I got cooked, guys. It is what it is. There's no point crying over spilt milk. I got cooked. I'm not afraid to admit it. I just know when the battle is lost and we go to the next game. One trick deck. Maybe. I think more so I just played it like a bit of a donkey, unfortunately. And we got countered. I wasn't the sacrifice meant that I couldn't, because my whole plan was overkill, retreat the card, right? But the sacrifice really cooked us. So we learned a lot. It's like, new set. I'm playing against decks for the first time ever. I just got cooked. It is what it is. I think I'm going to keep the tactical retreat. Have I won every die roll so far? I think so, right? I haven't tried any other legends so far. This is my first set 3 games. I have Jin from my pre-release though, and didn't want to play it. I actually picked Vi as my pre-release legend instead of Jin. Like, I had the Jin packs. Very, very unimpressed by Jin. Not a deck I'm wanting to play much, I would say. So Diana comes through. I'm pretty sure the play here is going to be Hextech Gauntlets equip. Costs 3 to play it. We're going to play the seal. But we do actually have to pay an additional 1. We go in here. Go to 1 and pass. So basically with the Hextech Gauntlets, you have to pay 3 to equip, but the energy is reduced by the might. So basically, if you equip it to a 1 might guy, it costs you 2 energy. If you equip it to a 2 might guy, it costs you 1 energy, and anything else, no energy. So that's why we kind of basically, on an unsung hero, it's kind of like costing 1 extra, which isn't ideal, but it's not a big deal. I've got to say, this is a brilliant, brilliant card. The more I look at it, the more impressed I am. I think it really is the theme of the set, is that the signature stuff is extremely good, and the signature stuff is extremely good, and the legends are a little bit lackluster overall, on average. Rengar can accelerate, overkill, and retreat. Could be nice. I don't have a way of readying the unsung hero or like ganking. But Rengar costs 5, 2 power, so we just pay 1 power. Rengar goes in, ready him, bam. Get a bird. Seems good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rengar comes in. Rengar attacks for 6. They predict. If it's a spell, draw it. They put it on the bottom without showing. Huh? They put 2 cards to the bottom. But sure. So we go to 2. We get a bird token from the battlefield. I'm going to exert my Vi to ready a card. The Rengar. Going to move the Rengar back. I'm going to move the Unsung Hero back. I should be at 3 though, right? Because of the hold. So far, so good. We could have contested, like we could have left the unsung hero there, to be completely honest. It might have been fine. Like we get the draw from it, but the thing is against the Diana, Stupefy probably means the unsung hero is quite likely not to get the mighty draw. So even like just the longsword equip here seems nice. Definitely liking the look of the longsword a lot. Right, so that's going to set it to -2. It's a 3. They're defending, so they get another moonfall. Sure, this is going to die. They could just moonfall the Rengar here too, actually. Probably what they're going to go for. The bad news for them is I have Kai'Sa available, who can accelerate. And the moonfall is good, but it goes down to 2, and then it gets assault 2, so it's a 2. Deflect. Did they pay the deflect? No. Huh? Sent Mind Rune. Sent Mind Rune. Did they though? Played Mind Rune, played Mind Rune. Sent Mind Rune to the bottom, played Moonfall. Sent Mind Rune to the bottom, sent Chaos Rune to the bottom. Yeah, they did. Bad news for them is I got Kai'Sa. So let's go Bird in here. I mean, the Bird could actually just take this out too. I mean, it's worth considering actually. Like, do I ever just flip in equip the Bird here? Bird would go to 4, and then we could longsword the Bird, and then we. Nah. It was worth considering. Kai'Sa accelerate. Let's play a yellow power to equip Kai'Sa. She comes in at 7. The Kai'Sa is so good in this deck. Yep. So then the Raven Bloom dies. I have 7. Sure. They find stack deck. So Stupefy. Yeah, even Stupefy we were fine here because I forgot about the Diana +1. But even Stupefy here, my Kai'Sa was going to 6, Student was going to 3, so we still would have got the overkill. So, did I add the point yet? I don't think so. So we go to 5, we draw for Kai'Sa and draw for the overkill, and then we exert Vi to ready Kai'Sa, move her back. Seems good. Seems pretty good, mate. For another conquer next time for more points, of course. More draw, rather. Then a Lunary is very passive here. Not doing much. Stack deck. Sure. The play for us is just going to be conquer with Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's going to be left in the conservatory to sort of defend. We probably retreat her. Maybe we longsword her as well. But we just want to like set up a base with like some big guys. We go to 6. We're going to use the seal to play the seal. We're going to go here. Pass priority. We're going to go to 7. We're going to draw for Kai'Sa. Use the seal to play a seal. You would imagine Vi is the correct card to play down. The Rengar's tempting as well. I think I leave both of these where they are. I mean, the other thing to consider is, do we even need to go for the Vi? I mean, they've played 2 of their charm type cards, the Lunar Boons. We have Retreat, we have Longsword. I would quite like to play both. That's 4. But probably I would rather play like Vi than the Longsword, right? So we just play Vi at base. And leave 3 open, which is going to be 2 for the retreat, basically. or 2 for the longsword, whichever we think is going to be higher impact. They go Diana. Pay 1 for the Diana, which they're supposed to reveal. If it's a spell, they draw it. If not, it goes to the bottom. They put it to the bottom without revealing it. And now they look at the second card for some reason. What are they doing? Am I missing something? We could longsword, but whatever. The bird dies. But again, this dredger, mate, is just cracked. I mean, we got this off the trapping grounds, to be fair, but I really like these bird tokens. We're quite a big chunky deck, so having chunky cards which can also go wide is really valuable. Go to 6. Maybe they're going to try and singularity us. We just longsword GG. Stupefy goes to 5. Sure. We've got retreat as well, of course. Retreat rank. Like if we retreat this, we can accelerate the Rengar. Should be game over. Ezreal. Fizz, sure. I don't think they played anything. Oh, they can play the move card, right? Yeah, Moonfall Fizz makes sense. So they go for Kai'Sa. Goes down to 3. So they trigger. And they get Starcross, which they can't afford anymore, but it goes to hand. So the question is, with retreat, do I just play the retreat or do I give the +2? They already played 2 Stupefies. They can't afford Wages of Pain. They could Gust us, but they're probably not playing Gust. Bro. I should pay 1 to predict. Reveal the top card of the deck. If it's a spell, draw it. Huh? If you do predict, then okay, I'm gonna do it. So basically you get to predict, and then he said no, it goes to the bottom. This is on TCG Arena. So I see that add Rebuke to hand. They pass priority to me. So I just do this. Because now they have to Rebuke it, and then I just accelerate it to win. They have to Rebuke it now. GG. Okay, they don't. So it just comes in record. Alright, my bad. I was calling them out. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to use the loo. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. I certainly am. Looking to start playing the game again, set 3. I think it's a good time to rejoin, bro. I am loving the game. It took me a little bit to get into Riftbound. I didn't get hooked straight away, but the game is just good. It's just a good flipping game. The list we've got right now feels about right. I think this is like a really reasonable start. Maybe 2 Vault Breakers is a bit more wise than 3. I'm also like curious on Jin, like even though he feels great. I'm also just wondering if we maybe want a 3 drop. 3 cost is where we're lacking. The only reason I'm doubting Jin, guys, the only reason I'm doubting Jin and Rengar, like this slot, is because they're all costing the same as our champ. Whereas like maybe what we'd be better off doing is getting a 3 cost guy in, you know? Maybe. That's not going to work. The Fiora probably isn't going to quite work for us. The Rek'Sai doesn't sound terrible still. The Lucian doesn't sound that bad. What's the power? The Pyke, guys. Pyke could be the card. Should we give him a spin? Let's test him. I don't know that he's going to be that good, but he's hidden. He costs 3. You can accelerate him. Kind of just sounds like he's doing what we want from a card, right? Kind of just sounds like he's doing what we want. He has like Red Seal synergy. Let's give him a spin. Like realistically, I think this deck is very close already to being like what you would want to play. The main thing you would want to do is obviously like do lots of one-offs, potentially, and sideboard and yada yada. Like we're not ever going to be able to perfect a deck in a couple of hours, but I think that we can get pretty close. That's kind of the objective, because then I'll do a deck guide with some of the gameplay from this as a separate video. Alright, we're up against Ivern. That sounds fun. I'm going to keep using the Trapping Grounds, which I've been very impressed by, actually, as a battlefield so far. I think it's been good. It makes sense that the owner's going to be a lot better now. Because, of course, way more stuns. We won every die roll so far. That's impressive. I'm filming my Riftbound podcast in a couple of hours, so we're not going to be streaming for that much longer. Longsword Vault Breaker seems like the mulligan. Oh, that is just muscle memory. Bro has 13 runes. He put a card from his hand. Bing bam, boom. I really like the Dredger, guys. It's also in it's a Runeterra card, right? I used to discard, and I used to be a bit of a when I played Runeterra, I was a bit of a discard game. I didn't play that much, but when a unit is defending alone, they get -2. You conquer here if you assign excess damage. I mean, I'm pretty sure the plan is just to play the Kaiser base here. I think we go in with the Dredger. And we go Kaiser at base. You can see why, like, having Rengar, having Jin, having Kai'Sa, having Vi, it's a little bit overloading that 4-cost slot, right? Pyke is nice because it's flexible. It gives us like a good curve option. It gives us an accelerate option. It gives us a hidden option. It gives us a ganking option. It should just be solid. It should just be really, really solid. And it synergizes nicely with Red Seal. I like the card. I think it looks good. So, oh, they have the brush now. When you conquer a horde, you may exhaust me to replace that battlefield with a brush battlefield token. Dog, cat, Poro, bird, Ivern units here have +1. 1. And that is a bird. But not a very impressive bird at this point. The Ultra Soft Poro. We want to get rid of that as quickly as possible. So the Ultra Soft Poro is a 5 might guy with deflect. Oh no, it doesn't have deflect, but when it exerts, you can play 2 bird unit tokens with deflect. So they've got a 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6. Pretty impressive. Interestingly, we could go Kaiser here and accelerate Pike. Kaiser goes to 7. We take out the Poro, right? And then we go for the Pike, take out the Crimson Pigeon. If we go Pike first, accelerate, we just trade for the Pigeon. That's the play, right? The Pike is already popping off. Wow. So, ready? Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Hextech Gauntlets. 1, 2, 3. Pike. Pay a power, ready. And it's now 4. That's so strong. Take out this guy. Immediate impact from Pike. This is why it's all about going back to the deck builder. Now, Kaiser is at 7. Bam. Take out the big ultra soft Poro. We will go to 7. 3 will draw. How does the brush work? And how does the trapping grounds work? Oh wait, we draw 2 because of... Oh no, we don't draw 2, sorry. I accidentally drew there. When you score here, yeah. Makes sense. But bro, the Pike, so insane already. We just, like, it's just a guy that you can just play down on curve. I mean, it's not good play down on curve, I will say, but like, you can hide him, you can gank with him, you can accelerate him. He's basically like a 3-cost accelerate. I mean, he's pretty similar to the Rek'Sai. There is a question like, is he actually better than Rek'Sai? By the way, this card, the Frisky Hunter, fantastic card. Big fan of this Frisky Hunter, mate. So we go to 4. Nice. Very nice. We don't want to defend alone, I will say. You would have to think we're going to gank the Kaiser over, right? You would have to think so. To draw. So we'll draw. We have the retreat, which is nice. Another Hextech Gauntlets doesn't sound too bad. I mean, I'm trying to think about... Let's say wait. Also, did I add my score? I think I didn't add my score right. I was at 3, I'm at 5. Cool. I definitely don't want to defend alone, so let's move the Dredger in. You do have to play the bird to your base, which is a little bit unfortunate. I would quite like to go for another Hextech Gauntlets here to just like make my guy even bigger. I don't really know what I'm playing around necessarily here, but I think what we should probably do is just like play the Unsung Hero and hold 2 for the tactical retreat maybe. I'm really not too familiar with the deck. I mean, most likely they're just going to be coming over here, not doing all that much, right? Let's just go Unsung Hero to here, just to make sure we don't get the Forbidding Waste. Not sure. Not convinced this is too optimal, but It's a safety first approach that I go for in this case. The brush is back. Like, we're so far ahead as well that, like, safety first is probably the correct... Hey, Thazers. Safety first is probably just the correct approach, being in such a dominant position here in the early game. The pike was... Poof. I mean, so Rek'Sai would have also been 4 might, but it would have cost us 1 power extra. Basically, right? Pike is kind of replacing Rek'Sai, and a lot of people are enjoying Rek'Sai. I think Rek'Sai is decent. The Pike is cheaper to accelerate, worse when played to base, but can be hidden, and has ganking, which I think the ganking part in our deck, and actually the hidden part, is pretty relevant. We play Seals. I think that the Pike is actually just going to prove to be a little bit better than the Rek'Sai for us in our deck. As evidence, in this exact moment, it was a really, really valuable Pike play. 3 is a lot. Not sure we would necessarily want 3, but it's a cool card. I don't know that it's brilliant, though. Not convinced. This was probably about as good as it gets for old Pike. It was game-winningly good, though, in this particular moment. Am I allowed to hit them with this yet? They move in the Frisky Hunter. Okay. So I suppose they're going to be getting rid of both the Unsung Hero and the Dredger. So we get a bird token at base. Kaisa will go down to just 2. We should have that retreat for her, though, which basically just means she's going to deal damage, but stick around on the board. The Dredger's just fantastic. I think that might have scuppered their plans. I'm enjoying set 3 so far. Seems fun. I'm pretty impressed by Vi. I'm pretty impressed. I mean, I was quite excited for it. I've got to say, the Hextech Gauntlets, I really underestimated just how good it is. It is flipping cracked. Like, you think about how good BF Sword is. This is just a much better BF Sword. Like, it's not even close. It's a whole energy cost less, and it can draw you a card. Multiple times. That is absolutely absurd. It's not quite as clear-cut as that, of course. But it's pretty much close to being that clear-cut. So Big Ivern's down. When I conquer a hold, score 1 point if your units have all the following tags. Currently they have... They don't say if it's what it is, but I guess they tell me soon. So we hold. Go to 6. It's going to be 3. Hextech Gauntlets plus Darius. Or Gem Jammer, Darius. Or even no Darius. Quite possible. So it's a Poro. So they have Bird, Cat, Poro, and Ivern. So they do have all of those tags currently. Oh, they have a note. Thanks. Yep, good catch. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Regelia, sorry. Regelia. So, what is the plan? It's got to just be Gem Jammer, right? I think it's just got to be Gem Jammer. The Gem Jammer just looks good. This is 7. This is going to be going to 5. No, this is going to 4, sorry. We could do like Hextech Gauntlets onto the Gem Jammer at 5. Trade for the Mauser to start things off. Seems kind of reasonable. Alternatively, we could just sacrifice the Kaiser and then equip stuff. I think I would rather do it this way around. So let's go Hextech Gauntlets. Oh, it's risky. It's risky because they still have 2 open, right? Let's just go on the Kaiser, I think, at 10. Let's go Gem Jammer, giving this... but the flipping tank. I think this player's bad. Let me reconsider. Did I just add an extra rune? Did I not pay the cost the first time? Play for runes. Played order runes from the rune deck. I think I didn't pay the cost. It's actually a tough position to be in. It might just be Darius. I think it might just be Darius, right? Just send Darius in. He also only goes to 10 though if I equip the Hex Tech. So we could like equip the Hex Tech, send in the Gem Jammer. This goes to 4. Plus on guard though, it goes to 6. And then bam, we die. So we could send both in. We can't really go one at a time. Actually, this is the bird is getting +1 also, which is relevant, right? So the bird's 2. So we go Gem Jammer, equip, goes to 5, send this in alongside it. I think that's the correct play. Hextech Gauntlets. And an extra energy to equip this. So this goes to 5. And we send this in, which is a 2 because of the thingamajigger. So I have 5 and 2. Pass. I'm kind of overcommitting, but it's a calculated risk. We go there. This dies. This dies. I'm going to spend a power to equip this to Kaiser, who goes to 10. I'm going to Gem Jammer, I guess at base, because of this battlefield. Move her over. Ten to 7. They say game 2. GG. Sure. Let's go game 2. Do we want game 2 against Ivan? Sure. Why not? It was a bit messy, but I got there. The +2 on the bird was important. The key thing there was where it was like, we were in such a good position. It was like a safety first approach. We didn't need to take like an overly risky approach where we go in one at a time, right? So we just sent the Gem Jammer in with the bird alongside the gauntlets to get like extra value from it. And then we pay the extra power cost to equip to Kaiser. The yellow Ivern. Maybe. Isn't the green Ivern really bad though? I think the green Ivern's really bad. I feel like the green Ivern might actually just be good. You probably have to play stuns with it, right? You probably need to play stuns. Like, how are you holding otherwise? Like, I actually think it's good. It's a win condition. It's kind of like a comparable, almost a Trinity Force in a weird way. But how are you actually going to hold? Probably some stuns, right? You just repel your opponent. It doesn't matter if they end up with a lot of units down on the board because you just stun the heck out of them. We've got Vaults of Halia. When you hold here, your non-token units cost 1 more to play this turn. Seems a bit random. I don't know. I feel like the yellow's not bad, personally. Scores points. You definitely need to build... If you're going to play it, you need to, like, properly invest in it. That's for sure. So here's an interesting decision. What's better, Unsung Hero or Pike when I'm going second? Do I want just a 2-might guy that can gank Probably I want the unsung hero. I'm not really sure how good Pike is, to be honest. Happy to see more Vibe players. The plan is for me to play all sorts of different stuff this set and just bring you guys lots of decks. I've been a bit of a Teemo one trick in Riftbound so far, but it was worth it getting my best of Teemo. But now it's time to show people I can actually play some other stuff sometimes. Kind of weird that we've got like a 3-drop that I've said I want a 3-drop for curve and I'm not actually playing it as a 3-drop. Full tribal setup to take advantage. Yeah, but I mean, if you're not getting the full tribal setup, I don't like. I feel like this is kind of the reason to play the deck, the Ivern. Like I know what you mean. The other Ivern is just like what are you actually doing if you're playing the other Ivern, right? Like yeah, okay, you draw some cards, but like what are you actually doing? Have you heard of the Lux combo deck that got second best Lux in Lille? Nope. I must have missed that one. I mean, does it play the Vanguard Armory? So this guy's a 3. It's a bit awkward, you know. When you hold here, your non-token units cost 1 more to play this turn. We haven't got a lot of anything going on here. Kaisa Accelerate obviously draws, and then we discard. Probably would rather do that than the Pike. Oh, we actually don't get the discard, do we? But we could hide Pike. Could be good. So I go to 2. I go to 1 rather. I draw. I don't believe I get the Zorn Warrens trigger. I am going to move this in still. And I'm going to spend a yellow power to hide the big boy. And see if that's going to work. Not sure. Hand feels very jank this time around. Probably is like the worst it's felt. I've got to say I like the brush stuff. I do like the brush stuff. I think the brush is good. I think it's really reasonable. Yep, Unsung Hero dies. No problems there. We've got no seal, no card draw currently. After this game, we'll definitely go back to the deck builder, like I always like to do, and really evaluate how everything's looking. I think we're pretty close to where I want the deck to be. Okay, so we flip Pike. We move Kaisa over. That's got tanks, so we trade. It's not so bad. This guy does have ganking, but we don't have a good way of like giving him extra stats right now. The power costs are really sad. Ooh, that's good. The flipping Rengar, 6 might. We could go like Pike for the bird. Rengar's a cat, by the way. 7 might. 7 might guy. Or do we just want to take like a setup turn where we just relax? Relaxing here might be wise. It's not that easy to blow them out of the water. I mean, 7. They're at 6. They have 3 open. You would imagine they've just got like, all it is a discipline and we're kind of looking like an absolute muppet, right? I mean, we could move the Pike over first. Maybe then they commit something. Maybe then we decide. But if we move the Pike over, we're losing one of our rather precious units just to go Pike for a bird. But then if we go Pike over for the bird, if it goes through, then we've got 7 onto 4, which only like on guards disciplines could get us. There's definitely an argument to be said that if we just take the Rengar, we might just win the game here. So I think I'm gonna basically sacrifice my Pike to see. I think my hand's so power hungry that I don't really like what I'm doing here. Let's just see what happens. So I do this. I do this. The question with the Rengar is, do I leave him here? Do I retreat him? Because it's hard to score both next turn if I don't retreat him, right? I can also move him over to Zorn. I don't score for it, though. Trying to, like, I don't really know what accelerate this deck has. I'm going to leave him there. Might be a huge mistake. Meow. But yeah, basically, okay. Rewarded. So we gank him over. We go to 6. We discard the unsung hero. We draw. Upstage comedy. Are you good? Probably not right now. It's probably just fight, right? And now the Rengar is stuck there, but we got our points from him. We're just trying to like really aggressively close this game out, which I don't know if we're going to achieve, unfortunately. The hands felt really bad here, but that's also just something to take a look at in terms of like building it. Like, have we got it quite spot on? I'm not so sure that we did just yet. I think we're quite close. We missed seals this game as well, which is, you know, you really notice the difference. Darius so far has done little as well. I think that he's definitely a card that we're going to be looking and evaluating. Ferocious Forerunner is like an obvious potential replacement. Not quite sure that it fits the play style of the Vi so much though. But we'll see as we go. Bam! Big guy. Okay. Sure. Did they pay the... yeah, they did pay the cost. They don't have many cards in hand either. That's like the other thing that's definitely going for us. And we do have the upstage comedy here to maybe Gigavai, right? We just like boost. Oh, she doesn't have ganking though either, right? Yeah. It's going to be pretty tough. Probably like the best game plan is here to just like get a hold through. So the Vi's not really doing all that much in this position. Hello, mate. Please no spacebar pressing. Please don't press the spacebar. Crashed your hand, okay. You alright, buddy? Yeah? You're a good boy, aren't you? Very lovely boy. I didn't see what they returned, to be honest. So, they tapped out. I mean, it feels like the correct play is just to go like, can we win somehow? I don't think we can conquer both. But like Darius Longsword just looks good, right? Do they sabotage? Or not sabotage, salvage. Ha ha ha! The daisy. One more draw. Does doubling Vi twice win there? 6. Probably, actually, yeah. Yeah, probably. All right, we're going to do the classic. Now I've played enough. This is always how I like to build decks, guys. I really do. Like, my old Gwent viewers used to just get so sick of me doing this. But it is a technique that I've continued to carry through. Like, let me show you the amount of Teemo decks I built. Okay, not actually as many as usual. But, I mean, these are just like when I was chasing when I got the best of. Like... And a lot of those have got like multiple iterations on them themselves. So I think Vi is going to be decent. Like, I don't think it's going to be like best deck in the game or anything, but I think it's like super reasonable. Super, super reasonable. I liked the seals. Vault Breaker seems solid if you're already playing seal. I could see us like maybe wanting one of these, for example. Cleave is also pretty good. Sacrifice is an interesting card. I'm not a big believer of it in this deck. I don't think it's the right decision. We weren't playing any Hidden Blades, but we could. Unlicensed Armory we looked at. I think the Longsword as a 2-of seemed really solid. I liked it. Unsung Hero is probably good enough, but we're not too high up on the BF Sword. Probably if we stick with Unsung Hero, we want to put the BF Sword back in the mix. And I think BF Sword is probably just good still. And maybe we increase the yellow runes a bit. Probably like 2 BF Sword is good. There's also this card, right? Angle Shot could be a really interesting addition to this deck if we're playing BF Sword. Choose a unit and an equipment with the same controller. Attach that equipment to that unit or detach that equipment from that unit. Draw 1. Choose a unit and an equipment. And it replaces itself. It's probably the card, right? It's probably the card that enables the BF Sword to actually feel really, really strong. And I feel like the BF Sword with the Unsung Hero is probably like the pattern the deck is supposed to have. Like, you're probably supposed to be on these. And you're definitely supposed to be on the Piltove or whatever they're called. What are they called? Gauntlets, maybe? Hextech Gauntlets, is it? Yeah. Like, incredibly good card. I like the red seal. And then maybe it's just, you can still play the BF Sword. Because, like, the thing is with the BF Sword, and maybe, like, the long sword is kind of replacing the BF Sword to some extent, but the long sword doesn't make the Unsung Hero that big. I'm not even sure I like it that much. I think it's okay. Certainly is like a one-off. I think the Tactical Retreat's really good. The thing I'm curious about is, what's this card called? It's called like something sharky. What's it called? It's like a play on words for like a card shark. Angle Shot. Such a good card name. Choose a unit and equipment. I mean, it's a reaction speed. Death Grip's brilliant. I think it's a 3-of. I think Upstage Comedy's good as a 1-of. I think the Angle Shot's got to be a 1-of, if not a 2-of. Maybe it's like two BF Swords, for example. Angle Shot, the fact it's a reaction speed spell, it is part of the value of that, right? Like, it's a combat trick, essentially. Shadow's cool, I think it's a 3-of. I think it's absolutely cracked. I think this card's insane. I feel like we hardly drew it. I like the Dredger. It might just be a 2-of because it's like, I just think it's a 3-of. It's like the kind of card you only really want one of in hand at a time, but Blighted Axe, I'll have to take a look at it in a second. It's kind of like a worse BF Sword, right? But it's red power cost. The Rek'Sai is still definitely interesting. It might be good enough. My hold effects are conquer effects. I don't think we're doing anything with that. We're not playing orange. The Pike seems okay. Not blown away by it in this deck. When I conk, you may pay 2 to return me to owner's hand. That's not going to be good enough. I mean, Nox is hopeful. We're not even playing. That's definitely something to really think about. Is that really wise not to play this flipping card? I mean, I don't think it could be wise. I think we're supposed to play it. The card's busted. Devi, I'm really impressed with as a chosen champion. The decks are getting ever tighter, right? So, yeah, that's not going to be any good. The Jhin I liked. The Jhin performed really well. He's definitely not a no. I liked the Rengar a lot, actually. I think I liked Rengar more than I liked the Darius in this deck because of the ganking. Darius can't be bad. This card was still so good in my pre-release. I'm not totally against it. And Forerunner's Forerunner. Also, Sky Splitter. I mean, how many mid-range, big red, yellow decks have there been before? Rek'Sai doesn't play equipment. Darius doesn't have enough draw. Sky Splitter's got to be good, right? 5 flipping damage. I mean, this is very often going to cost us absolutely nothing, right? It's going to cost 0. I mean, I don't know, bro. I think this deck has got a lot of good options. It's just about sort of whittling them down to find the right ones, right? You got Brine here on the sideboard. Bryn here. I got told I don't pronounce Bryn here very well. Try and fix that. Blighted Battle Axe. At the end of your turn, if I didn't conquer this turn, unattach this and deal 4. Yeah. I don't think I'm interested in this one. And it's not a bad card, but I mean, when you look at this, you've got that card already, right? With the Hextech Gauntlets, like they're not on the same planet. So how would I look at building this? Very, very somewhat like this. Like maybe Jhin as a one-off is still fine. I think Jhin is like pretty good, but I wouldn't play more than 2. The Noxus Hopeful is a card you have to question how good it is. I mean, you're playing Seals. It becomes a lot better already, right? Arguably. It's just a good card. We've got the Retreat card for some draw. We're not playing the Sacrifice card. I think it's not very correct. We're not playing Hidden Blade currently either, which is a bit controversial. Hidden Blade could just be brilliant with the Dredger, right? I mean, I think that's a card we've really got to be taking a look at too. So we find ourselves with a ton of cards that we're very happy to play. I mean, we don't even have a Falling Star right now. Hard to argue with Falling Star as a one-of, right? There really is. It's going to be harder than ever to optimize these decks in Riftbound, but that's part of the fun. I definitely think a lot more one-ofs than we're previously used to is going to be good. So Vault Breaker, I think I could go down to 1 Vault Breaker. Angle Shot, I want to give a spin. Maybe it's just a one-of. Death Grip, 3 is quite a lot. It could be 2. The Dredger, the Gem Jammer, and the Unsung Hero, I'm playing 3. Tactical Retreat, I think, could also be a 2. I'm going to play 3 Shadow Call. Upsedge Comedy is a one-of I like. Hidden Blade is a 2-of, seems reasonable. Falling Star as a one-of seems reasonable. Longsword as a one-of seems good. BF Sword, Noxus Hopeful. Let's get rid of the Jhin. Let's maybe drop the Darius for now. Let's get rid of the Forerunner. Let's just go 1 Sky Splitter. And maybe just 2 Rengar. I think that's pretty clean. You've just got like a lot of really good top-end options to play around with, like Darius, Forerunner. All right, let's just like put the sideboard of just like really good cards that we're not currently playing. You've got Jhin. Obviously, you've got salvage, although I'm not sure I would want to go down the salvage route with red. Could play detonate, although I don't think that's too wise. Are there any like other absolute standouts? I mean, Coal the Weak I don't think really works for our deck too much. We don't have any counters, which is also why I'm a little bit anxious about going this heavy on the gear, like with the BF sword and the gauntlets and the longsword, because of old Thermobeam. The thing is like one of the key things for this deck is you just should be too quick for Thermobeam. Like if your opponent Thermobeams, you just don't care because you already won because you're too quick. Rek'Sai I think is a consideration. Particularly you could like be doing some go second stuff. I don't hate the pike. Don't love it. Don't hate it. I'm not really interested in square up personally. You're never going to be able to play Thermobeam. Definitely Darius I'm interested in. Don't think you can play Battering Ram. Arena Kingpin I think is actually pretty solid. Bryn here is definitely solid. There's just a lot of really compelling options that you can play in this deck. Yeah, Cleave, sure. I think I prefer the Vault Breaker compared to Cleave in this deck. Inferno, let me remind myself of her. She's a 2-drop hidden, right? Or ambush. Could be good. Don't love it personally. It's not bad. Not sure how I feel about the BF sword still. And the angle shot. Choose unit and equipment with the same controller. I mean, it replaces itself. It might just be like a one-off BF sword. I do think the longsword might be better. 1 BF sword, 2 longswords. Honestly, it could be a 3 longsword kind of deck, no BF sword. Maybe the BF sword's just a bait. That's the thing though, it's like, you're looking at the BF sword when combined with the unsung hero, right? But I think like, whatever. I'm not sure I like the BF sword. I like longsword, it felt really good. BF sword can't be bad, but also like against the odds I think can't be bad, right? Each, give a friendly unit at a battlefield plus might, +2 for each enemy unit there. Like that's so many stats, potentially. I am definitely, I think that's probably the thing I would be most worried about. Is like, how do you beat the Thermobeam off the sideboard, right? That's something you've got to really heavily consider. Like, how do you beat Thermobeam off the side? You don't have any spell counters. And probably the key is you don't invest that much in the first place. I like Vault Breaker. I think I want to. I think this card's good. I think I would just go something like this as my first list. I am going to call it there though, guys. I'm filming my podcast in like an hour, but I hope you enjoyed the Riftbound stream. Probably Riftbound stream will be back on Wednesday, and then I'm away. So there's not going to be many streams this week, but like starting next week, this should be very common. Do definitely be on the lookout for some Riftbound videos. Like I'm going to post a video this week of like the best 10 cards from every colour. Hey Miss, great to see you, buddy. I'm literally just going, mate. Sorry, I promise it's not something you said. But yeah, I had fun. I hope you guys did too. Hopefully see you again.